Hello everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Think Tank. I want to talk about gold. And over the past few weeks, gold has had a substantial downturn. It's gone down a lot. I mean, it went from around in the 1700s all the way down to around 1566, which was the low that was set on the 15th. So, this is a big move down, and a lot of people are asking, you say, hey, is this it? Is this the gold bubble here? Is this it? My answer to that question is, I don't think so. I don't think gold is in a bubble. I think this is a correction. Another correction that we're having. Nothing goes up in a straight line. You look at all markets, they fluctuate. Even when you have strong bullish markets, there are corrections within those bull moves, and then the market resumes its move upward. And I think that's what you're having here in gold. And the reason I say that is simple. Because if you look back in September 6th, which wasn't that long ago, gold made a record high, and I'm just looking at the February contract, the gold February contract, February delivery. It made an all-time high of around 1925, and then shortly after, in the same month, September 26th, made an all-time low for the year at around 1543. Now that's a substantial move in a short period of time, a lot bigger than what happened recently. Now, if there was any bubble talk, it should have been then, right? But what happened? Not only does gold not go down more, it actually comes back very strong. It actually made the highest it got from now and from September 6th was 1806. And it made that high in last month, the 8th of November. So that's a pretty strong upward move. So, I mean, if gold was a bubble, it wouldn't have came back like that. Markets that are in a bubble don't do that. I mean, you see catastrophic moves. I mean, real collapses like you saw like in the housing market. Look what happened to housing prices. I mean, that's a bubble. The NASDAQ bubble, that was a bubble. I mean, you saw serious moves down, but for a market to come back quickly like this, that's not what a market that's a bubble does. So, you see this move down, it's another correction. And why is it going down? A lot of reasons. You have short-term traders, you have profit taking, you have expiration, and that's the reason. I mean, a lot of markets have corrections, and I see this as a correction. I do not think it's a bubble at all. And the reason I don't think it's a bubble is because you have to look at the underlying fundamentals. Markets move because they have strong fundamentals if they're moving upward. If they have bearish fundamentals, they're going to move downward. And if you look at the environment right now, we have high deficits, a lot of spending, we have inflation, and the proof, just look around. You look at all commodities. Look at the CRB index this year. You see commodities across the board this year that have made record highs this year. So it's not just gold. A lot of other markets are doing it. And one way to look at gold, as far as the price, is to look at the value of money. If you have inflation, the value of money is going down. So it's not necessarily the price of gold going up. It's just that when money's worth less, the prices of things go up. And that's what inflation is. That's really the definition of inflation. It's the money losing value. So what you have is the price of gold reflecting that lower value of money. And that's why gold is having a high price. One of the reasons. Something else that can affect the price of gold. And I don't know why, I don't hear much about this on the news. Gold has industrial purposes. It's used in cell phones. It's used in appliances. It's used in PDAs and calculators. It's used in computers. It's used in aerospace. They use gold in satellites. It has medical uses. It's used in dentistry. So it has a lot of industrial use, and there's very high demand for it. And here's something else to consider. How many cell phones have gold in them, and how many cell phones aren't recycled? So, you're talking about factors that can make the price of gold go up, not just because of what I was talking about fiscally, and the fact that gold is looked at as money. I mean, it has been for thousands of years. We used to have a gold standard, so that's one thing It's affecting the price of gold because of what's happening with inflation. But then you have the industrial demand. And then, of course, you have another demand, and that's jewelry. Look at all the jewelry that's made with gold. And here's something else I want to talk about. If you look at other commodities, right? Even the ones that we depend on so much, like wheat, corn, and, grains that are grown, a farmer can go out and grow it. I mean, you can actually go out there and grow corn. You can grow wheat, but you can't grow gold. I mean, you have to find it. And you got to mine it. It's difficult. It's expensive. It's labor intensive, and that's built into the price as well. So, I mean, it's a very, very important metal. It's very desired. It's rare. It's beautiful, and these factors are what's going to contribute to the increase in the price of gold. So the answer, I mean, my opinion, no, I don't think gold is on a bubble. I think because of the current environment, and then of course we add on the industrial demand for it, I think gold over the long term is going to continue to go up. So that's my opinion, and that is the perspective of the think tank. I would like to know your perspective. Please leave your comments, and thank you for tuning in.